In 1998, I stood on a stage in the 5th grade for an impromptu speech competition. I wasn't there because of a precocious talent for oratory. I was there because I was handpicked by a teacher when no one else was willing to compete. The instruction was terrifyingly simple. Pick a random topic from an envelope, open it on stage. You have 15 minutes, just speak. In those days, we didn't question authority, we feared and respected it. I watched other students walk up, open their envelopes, and speak with a confidence that made it look effortless. I told myself it couldn't be that hard. Then it was my turn. I opened the envelope, read the topic, and the world stopped. The room grew heavy with a silence that lasted 15 minutes. It wasn't just stage fright, I was utterly frozen. I tried to find a single word, but nothing came. I stood there for the entire duration of my time, a statue of failure in front of an audience of peers and judges. I was scolded afterward, and I made a silent vow to never, ever put myself in that position again. Today, 27 years later, I have conducted last-mile sales training thousands of times, traveling the length of the country. The transition from that paralyzed child to a professional who has trained thousands reveals the secret most top performers keep. The fear never actually leaves you. You just get better at moving through it. The greatest myth of professional growth is the idea that mastery equals fearlessness. We are told that if we do something enough times, the nerves will vanish. But seeking fearlessness is a strategic trap. If you believe fear should be absent, you will interpret its inevitable arrival as a sign of failure, leading to avoidance or a second freeze. In reality, fear is a permanent companion in high-stakes environments. The difference between a novice and a master is not the absence of anxiety, but the speed of recovery. Skill is the mechanism that allows you to find your footing in seconds rather than minutes. Fear doesn't go away. Skill just shortens recovery. In my career, I've found that recovery time is a far more tangible and improvable KPI than confidence. Even now, the hardest part of any session is the preparation and the first 30 seconds of delivery. The goal isn't to be unafraid. It's to build the skill set required to shrink the state of paralysis until it's barely a flicker. To shorten that recovery time, I utilize a technique called the anchor. This is more than just a public speaking tip. It is a self-regulation tool designed to ground the nervous system. When you are standing before an audience, or a high-pressure board meeting, your brain is navigating the unfamiliar and the unknown. An anchor provides an immediate bridge back to the familiar. Instead of launching into corporate theory or abstract data, I start with a personal story that is deeply grounded in shared reality. The specific road I took to get to the venue, which village I come from and how it shaped me. Small, relatable observations about local life. By starting with the dirt of my own life, I stabilize my own nerves while simultaneously establishing a shared identity with the audience. The anchor replaces distant pedagogy with immediate human connection. Once I have that starting point, the rest of the content flows naturally because I am no longer performing. I am simply sharing. 3 months after my 15 minutes of silence in 1998, that same competition returned. My teachers pushed me to try again. I wasn't invited back because I had shown potential. I was invited back because I still had the courage to step onto the stage when others wouldn't. I practiced for 2 days, preparing for every possible topic. On stage, I managed to speak for 5 minutes before I froze again. But this time, the audience, those who had seen me fail spectacularly months before, clapped and cheered for the effort. I placed 8th out of 10.